The Highlands have always been a place apart. Remote, wild, and self-contained. This was once a land where clan chiefs ruled, feuds were common, and fighting skills essential. The chiefs had the power to raise their own armies from the men of their clan. For many centuries, they even supplied men to fight in battles all over Europe, including Ireland. But in 1746, after Culloden, things changed. Despite Highlanders fighting on both sides, the defeat of the Jacobites marked a massive change in Highland history. The victorious British government set about taming the Highlands and dismantling the old clan system. But for the clan chiefs, there was still one way to help maintain their position and provide jobs for their clansmen: raise regiments of infantry. This is how the story of the Highlanders began. When the Earl of Seaforth, the Clan Mackenzie chief, raised 1,000 men from his family's estates, his regiment became known as the 72nd Highlanders. Others soon followed, including the 78th Highlanders and the 79th Cameron Highlanders. These regiments saw plenty of action, battling Britain's enemies and defending her growing empire. Through name changes and amalgamations, they were rarely far from the Empire's conflict zones. In 1900, during the Second Boer War, the old tradition of armies raised by clan chiefs was revived by the 16th Lord Lovat. His small force, the Lovat Scouts, proved so good at reconnaissance and fieldcraft, they were kept on as part of the army. But the First World War was an altogether different conflict. Between them, the Seaforths, Camerons and Lovat Scouts raised 36 battalions and lost over 14,700 men. Just 20 years later, another generation of Highlanders went to war in the fields of Northern Europe, the deserts of North Africa, and the jungles of Asia. By 1945, the Seaforths and Camerons had won a total of 118 new battle honours. In the post-war years, the army still had work to do. Our regiments saw active service in the Far East and helped to keep the uneasy peace in Europe and closer to home. But the British Army was changing. In 1961, the Seaforth and Cameron regiments amalgamated, and in 1994, they joined with the Gordon Highlanders. Together, these regiments formed the Highlanders. In 2006, the regiment was amalgamated with the other Scottish regiments to form the Royal Regiment of Scotland. Today, the Highlanders are part of the British Army, and they have the skills to operate anywhere in the world.
They do the basics incredibly well. If that's from engagement with the local population to out on patrols, they're looking in the right place at the right time, they're supporting each other, they communicate well and work well as a team.